You're listening to a JesusWired exclusive. Get ready to get plugged in as we talk to actress and independent Christian artist Ava Davis.
Hey, this is Ava Davis, and you're plugged into JesusWired.com.
Ava, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm so glad that you're our guest today on JesusWired.com.
Oh, I'm so glad that you're having me.
A lot of people don't know, a lot about your ministry or where you're from. Do you mind just telling us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I was born in St. Louis, Missouri, and I spent most of my life there. And then I moved to Chicago, which I spent like the other half of my life. I was moved to Chicago about 8th grade. So both are kind of considered home to me.
Yeah.
Those are my two homes in the U.S.
Wow. At what age did you begin singing? What age did you all discover that you had a gift of singing and your talent?
I was kind of forced into it at first because I went to one of those churches. They're like, you're going to be doing something, you know what I mean? So I had to sing in the choir, and I didn't actually want to do it or think that I could do it professionally until I moved to Chicago, and I did this really nerdy, like, show choir, which is like the Glee Club kind of thing, and that's when I kind of really got involved in singing. But up until then, I just kind of just did it in church, and
that's
that was
amazing.
pretty much it. Yeah.
I think it's amazing how, like, some of the greatest artists that are out here today, whether it be secular or whether it be in the Christian realm of music, Christian genre, have all started in church. Would you not agree? Like, that is a great foundation.
Yes, I would totally agree.
That's amazing.
I think some of the greats they just come out of that good old church.
Some of you all, like I said, may not know Ava, but she is not only a singer, not only an actress, but now Ava Davis is a solo independent Christian artist.
Yep, the EP is called Journey EP, and I didn't really have a single. I did do a pretty awesome video for one of the songs that we, like me and the band, my producer, that we all just really loved, and that was Oh Rest My Soul. And we did that video to that one, and I kind of allowed that video to spearhead the release of the EP. And
that's
so that
amazing.
kind of, the video took the place of a single.
So I have a question. Where did you get the inspiration behind not only just the title, Journey, but just the inspiration behind the entire project, the entire EP?
Oh my goodness, the songs, like, they came from like so many different places. I'm like scatterbrained because I'm like, where do I start? But in a nutshell, I was definitely going through like season of transition and really needing to depend on God, as well as trying to learn how to play a new instrument. And I was getting so frustrated playing the guitar, and literally I just kept playing and playing and playing, and that's where Journey was birthed from, and Soar was birthed from, and I'm not the most musical person, but that's what they were birthed from. Just being, I really wanted to convey how I was feeling to God through a song, and those songs, like, it didn't take any time to write those songs. Like Journey, I wrote all in like 15 minutes, like the whole thing. And
that's amazing.
It's just stuff that's just so real and personal to me. It's just kind of a reminder of trusting God no matter if you don't have any of the answers. And that's how I felt. I felt like I had no answers. I felt like I was just walking in the desert, It's hard. And just being able to worship God and not letting that hinder my relationship with him in that season. Because at the end of the day, God will never leave you out in the desert.
Yes.
Just be there. He'll never leave you nor forsake you. And I really knew that to be true, but I wanted to express that through these songs. So that
is amazing. Wow, that is amazing. I mean, gosh, I think that it's very important especially right now in this day and age and time, and then within our generation of just music and the way that it's headed in ministry, that it's very important to step out on faith and pursue. You get what I'm saying? And pursue the release of, of these songs and just the, great collection of music that you've released and you've stepped out on faith and put out there so that other people in your generation who have a heart of worship or those who don't even know Christ can be reached. So as an independent artist, I know the journey is just beginning, and no pun intended, the journey is just beginning. What are some of the challenges you've found so far with being an independent artist that God is actually now like steering you in the right way, or what are just some things that you're enjoying learning about being an artist? How about that?
Yeah, I'm at first, I'm not even gonna lie, I was a bit intimidated because, I realized there's that point where everybody's kind of like, I don't know who you are, and your sounds a little different, you know what I mean? Like it was a little stressful at first because I didn't want to come off in a certain way, but at the same time I wanted to get the word out there, and so finding that balance is tough, and making sure that it hits the right ears is a little tough. It's kind of like,
I totally understand. Understand.
Yeah, so for me now it's just trusting God that He is going to do what He wants to with this project. The entire project came out of a generous blessing that was given to me, financially to, do this
That's
project.
Amazing.
And I just believe
God's
that,
favor.
Yes, God will see it through.
God's favor, church. No. I think that's amazing how He put people in your path and, and just orchestrated the whole flourishing of the project. I think that's amazing and very encouraging.
Yes.
So one of my personal favorite tracks on this EP is Carry Me. Oh. My gosh. Woo! That song right there is amazing.
I thought that song would be the least liked song. Like, I was like, nobody's going to like this song. This song's going to
What?
Yes, I'm not lying. I was so nervous about that song because, that was another song that I kind of was just plucking out on the guitar. But, I was, again, thinking of, it sounds cliche, but thinking of those moments that, you may feel lost and you're never too far from God. So kind of sticking around that concept. And thought of this catchy, it sounded catchy in my head. And
it was great. I love it.
I thought, but in my head, I was like, people are going to think this is literally cheesy, because I know I came to my producer, Sean Cook. I went to him, and and we were like, and he was like,
shout out to the producer, Sean Cook, everyone. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. I had to put that out there, but go ahead. That's amazing.
He's awesome. But I brought it to him, and I just brought it so it could be a fifth song. Not really because it was the most creative. I didn't know what it was going to end up. I literally just did not think that was going to be the song. But in the developmental process, I loved it. I've always loved it, but I didn't know how it would be perceived because it's a bit on the rockier side. And one thing that Sean definitely encouraged me with, he made me feel comfortable with. He would say let's just keep this as weird as possible. Let's just do it exactly how you hear it. And that's so rare when it comes to producers. Exactly how it flows from you, let's just do it like that. And so there really was no let's write this out and let's change this, and let's write this out and let's change this. Amongst the fact of some, small words, maybe 4 should be by, but there was no real stopping of the song. We just kind of how I heard it was how you guys hear it.
That is amazing. And one thing just in my research of Sean and just being around him, he kind of does just that. Sean Cook, ladies and gentlemen, will pull things out of you in the studio, and that I think that that's amazing that you got a chance to work with him. That's awesome. So another thing that a lot of people may or may not know about the Miss Ava Davis here is that she travels with Trans-Siberia Orchestra, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Ava Davis, how long have you joined and sang with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
This is my 3rd year now, so
woo, woo.
3 years.
We have a job, church. That's awesome.
I'm going into my 3rd year, but I'm still kind of the newbie because, a lot of people have been there for way longer than me. Yeah. So I'm still learning. I love it. It's fun.
Last year was my first year seeing the show, and it was amazing. I mean, you, of course, were wonderful, and in your performance and just everybody else. But I mean, you all have got to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. No matter if it comes to a city near you, it is definitely a holiday treat. Get all your friends, your boo thing, get everybody, and tell them to go and see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra because you will be blessed musically. I mean, God's gift. And I mean, how many piece of a band is it? Like how many?
Roughly off of the top of my head, I'm thinking 5 in the core band, 5 to 6 in the core band. Then the singers, you have us. And then, but I think
that's amazing.
It's some of the most talented, some of the most talented I've ever met in my life. Like, I can't even, like, like when you walk in a room and you're like, you are gifted.
Absolutely. So another thing that I wanted to ask about is that you are, in fact, I mean, I know right now we're focusing on the project and the ministry, but I have to ask, do you think you'll be acting again anytime soon?
I don't know. I really haven't put too much thought into acting, so I really wouldn't be able to give an honest answer at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I know the feeling. But it's amazing that you're a triple threat, which is what is needed today in today's market. So that is amazing all by itself. Wow, that's so awesome. So you're traveling, you're touring. Oh, you know what? Somebody asked me tonight at the concert that I attended earlier. Mm-hmm. They wanted to know, will you be touring concerning your project, your EP?
I am working to promote the EP in any possible way that I can. Obviously, my heart is worship. So I would love to travel and just be able to worship and minister to different churches at different places and everything like that.
Wow.
I'm just definitely believing God for those open doors.
Yes.
It's a little tough. People might not necessarily believe in your craft, but that's why I'm really investing a lot in visuals so that when people kind of like, oh, what is this girl about? They can kind of see videos, live to kind of give them an idea that,
wow.
Like, seriously, I just love to worship. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's unplugged,
Absolutely.
I just love it. And so, you know what? I would love to be able to do that in the near future. And I'm just believing God that will happen.
Well, he will definitely open the door for you, Ava Davis. I believe he already has. And with the Journey EP, you're going to touch a lot of lives. And we just want to thank you here at JesusWired for giving us your time and sharing with us, your words of encouragement and your musical ideas and your journey.
Well, the Journey EP is definitely one you've got to download ASAP. I mean, there are so many great worship tunes on this EP by none other than Ava Davis. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to these exclusive interviews here at JesusWired.com. We really appreciate it. Continue to stay plugged in at Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube channel. Until next time, I'm J. Blake White. Be blessed.